Somewhere in your bathroom right now, there is a good chance a little bottle of vitamin C serum has quietly turned the color of weak iced tea. You paid good money for it, and it likely stopped working weeks ago. Here is the uncomfortable part. After 45, that mistake cost you far more than it did at 25, because the one thing vitamin C is supposed to defend, your collagen, is now walking out the door on its own schedule. The skincare industry understands this better than you might think, and some of the most celebrated serums on the shelf are charging you a small fortune for the wrong form of the molecule, or the right form already half dead inside the glass. So today we are opening the evidence file on 10 of the most talked about vitamin C serums. 5 that are quietly robbing women over 45, and 5 that genuinely earn their place on your shelf. If you want the ingredient forensics, the marketing teams are hoping you will scroll straight past subscribe now, because on this channel we read the fine print so that your money stays in your pocket. Let us start with why one particular birthday changes the entire equation. Your body starts losing collagen in your 30s at a little under 1 to 1.5% every single year. By 35, roughly 10% of your baseline is already gone. But something more dramatic happens in the middle of your 40s. Researchers at Stanford who tracked thousands of molecules across the human lifespan found the body goes through a sharp, almost cliff-like shift right around age 44, when the machinery tied to skin structure and metabolism changes noticeably. Put simply, the slow drift you managed in your 30s turns into a steeper slope, and here is the number that should reframe how you shop. A study published in the American Journal of Pathology found that skin cells called fibroblasts, the tiny factories that build collagen, produce roughly a third less type 1 procollagen in older donors than in people in their 20s, fewer factories, running slower. This is exactly where vitamin C earns its reputation. Your body physically cannot assemble a stable collagen fiber without it. It is the cofactor that locks the structure into place. The Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University notes that vitamin C also pushes fibroblasts to multiply faster, and that this particular ability fades with age. So the older your skin, the more it leans on topical support to do a job it used to do effortlessly. But, and this is where the money gets wasted, vitamin C only works under strict conditions. The gold standard form is pure L-ascorbic acid, and the published dermatology research is remarkably consistent about the recipe. You want a concentration between 10 and 20% formulated at a pH below 3.5, ideally paired with vitamin E and ferulic acid, a trio shown to roughly double its protection against sun damage. Go above 20% and you buy irritation, not results. And the molecule is famously unstable. Expose it to light and air and it oxidizes first to a pale gold, then to orange, then to a brown that a National Library of Medicine review confirms is the signature of a degraded, spent product. Worse, those brown breakdown compounds can generate the very free radicals the serum was meant to neutralize. So here is your first and most powerful forensic tool, and it is free. Hold the bottle up to a window. Fresh vitamin C is clear to the palest straw. If it looks like iced tea or apple juice, it is dead, and no amount of hope is bringing it back. Keep those 3 tests in mind, the right form, still alive, honestly priced, because we are about to run all 10 suspects through them. Counting down, here are the 5 serums quietly robbing you after 45. Number 5, the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum, sitting in the mid-50s, dollar for dollar. It looks the part. That cheerful orange gel in the pump has convinced a lot of people they are slathering on concentrated vitamin C. But pull up the ingredient list, as science-focused reviewers have, and the picture changes. The active is only about 3% sodium ascorbyl phosphate, a gentle derivative, not the potent L-ascorbic acid your aging skin actually responds to. And that signature orange glow? It is not vitamin C. It comes largely from yellow 6, a cosmetic dye, riding alongside added fragrance and citrus oils. For thinning, more reactive skin after 45, fragrance is an ingredient you are paying extra to be irritated by. You are buying the color of vitamin C, not the strength of it. Number 4, Drunk Elephant's C Firma Fresh at around $80. Now, I want to be fair here because this is where honest forensics matters. The actives are legitimate 15% L-ascorbic acid with ferulic acid, the real, well-studied combination. The formula works. The problem is not the science, it is the receipt. You are paying nearly $80 for a set of actives whose near-identical twins sell for around $30, wrapped in a mix-it-yourself powder pod you twist, tap, and shake before first use. That little ritual feels high-tech, but it mostly adds theater and a step you can forget. When a product this good and a product a third of the price do the same job, paying the difference every couple of months is not skincare. It is a subscription to the packaging. Number 3. The Sunday Riley CEO 15% Serum at roughly $85. Its hero ingredient is tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate, usually shortened to THD, and to be clear, that is a genuinely good, gentle, oil-loving form of vitamin C, kind to sensitive skin and slow to spoil. So why is it on the robbery list, the price, against the goal? At $85, you are paying a luxury premium for a derivative that the weight of evidence suggests works more slowly and less dramatically than well-made L-ascorbic acid on the two things that bring most women over 45 to vitamin C in the first place: firmness and stubborn dark spots. Pleasant and expensive is not the same as effective and expensive. Number 2, Tatcha's Violet C in its various forms at around $90. And again, credit where it is due, the dual vitamin C approach is thoughtful, and the formula is refreshingly fragrance-free. But two problems landed here. First, the price is pure luxury markup for what is at its core a derivative-based serum. Second, and more important for mature skin, the older version leaned on 10% fruit acids, and that level of exfoliation on thinning, easily flushed skin can tip from glow into raw. Dermatology reviewers who tested it are blunt that these gentler vitamin C forms still do not match pure L-ascorbic acid for serious pigmentation. $90 for gentler but weaker, with an irritation risk your skin did not ask for. And the biggest robbery, number 1. Perricone MD's vitamin C ester line, which climbs to around $120. This one earns the top spot because the price is the highest and the active is arguably the weakest on this entire list. The star ingredient is ascorbyl palmitate, and independent ingredient analysts are strikingly united here. It is the least impressive of all the vitamin C derivatives. One skin absorption study found it did not actually raise vitamin C levels in the skin at all, and chemists point out that more than half of the molecule is the palmitate, not the vitamin. Dressed up in an elegant story about superior fat-soluble delivery and finished with fragrance, you are being asked to pay top-shelf money for the derivative with the shakiest evidence that it works. That is the definition of paying for the label, not the result. So if those are the traps, where should your money actually go? Here are 5 that pass the test: clean forms, honest formulas, and prices that respect you. And stay to the end because the cheapest one on this list quietly embarrasses half the robbery list. Let us start with the benchmark everyone else is copying: SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic at $182. Yes, it is expensive, and no, most people do not need to spend this, but it is the original patented trio: 15% L-ascorbic acid, vitamin E, and ferulic acid at that crucial low pH with more than 30 peer-reviewed studies behind it. On mature skin, it shows up as a real lift in overall luminosity and, over months, firmer looking texture and fading spots. If you have stubborn melasma and the budget, this is the one splurge that actually earns the receipt. It is the gold standard for a reason. Next, Paula's Choice C15 Super Booster, around $50. This is roughly a third of the benchmark's price for the same core idea, 15% pure L-ascorbic acid with vitamin E and ferulic acid, plus soothing antioxidants, and it is fragrance-free. It is gentle enough that you can carry it right up under the eyes. One honest caveat: the dropper bottle is not the most airtight design, so buy it, use it daily, and finish it within a few months before it turns. Treated that way, it is one of the smartest mid-price picks on the shelf. For anyone whose skin flushes, stings, or generally rebels, and that describes a lot of skin after 45, La Roche-Posay's Pure Vitamin C 10 at around $40. This is a French pharmacy formula built specifically for sensitive skin. 10% pure vitamin C, a touch of gentle exfoliating acid to keep things bright, and calming ingredients to take the edge off. It is the sensible, low-drama entry point that you can actually find on a pharmacy shelf, no boutique required. Still alive, cleared a pale straw in the bottle, never iced tea brown, and honestly priced for the active inside, not for the box it came in. Run every serum you own through those 3 questions tonight. You may find the most expensive bottle on your shelf is the one failing all 3. If this saved you from a bad buy or from finishing a dead one, you know what to do, and I will see you in the next file.